Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. I am Joe the Psychologist, and this is Movies That F***ed Me Up. I wanted to have a special Christmas episode, and lo and behold, one turned 40 this year. I'm going to be telling you what it was about Charles Sellier's 1984 movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night, that fucked me up. Listen, again, watch what your kids are watching, because some of the stuff that they watch may have some long-lasting effects. While this didn't royally fuck me up, I am not a fan of being around people dressed in Santa Claus suits. When Silent Night, Deadly Night was released, the movie didn't even last long in the movie theaters. It had a lot of controversy, especially with parents who were upset with the content of Santa Claus wielding an axe and being a murderer. So when it was released, there was a lot of petitions. People were showing up at theaters against the movie. The advertisement had gotten pulled because, again, you're having Santa Claus walk around wielding an axe. So quickly, it got pulled out of the movie theaters. Ads were taken away. I mean, the movie took a huge hit. Fun fact, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and A Nightmare on Elm Street were both released on the same day. And in that weekend, Silent Night, Deadly Night did more money than A Nightmare on Elm Street did. If it did not get pulled, this movie would have been a cash cow. In the years that have passed, some say the movie should have kind of been advertised as someone who was dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and then snapped, instead of a Santa Claus serial killer. So what is this movie about? Well, it is about Billy, who witnesses Santa doing something horrific that leads him to snap and eventually become a killer dressed in a Santa Claus outfit. So when I saw this, I probably was about 13 or 14, and I didn't believe in Santa Claus, but still, you don't want to see a childhood fantasy Santa Claus going around and killing people. So rewatching it, I kind of get what the parents were upset about, especially me being a parent myself. So I understood a little bit of the hate. I still wouldn't have pushed the movie to be out. I mean, that's why I watched this fucking movie and we're talking about it. So this is why you are here for this holiday cheer and movies that me up. I'm gonna need a shot for this. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, no.
Who are you? What are you doing?
So again, thank you parents, because this was another one that they had no idea that JR and I were watching. They were busy doing something in the kitchen, so we thought we got off scot-free on watching this movie. Anyways, when the movie starts, I mean, it seems all okay. You know, you got this family in a car singing Christmas carols, it's all happy and shit. And they go visit Grandpa, who is in a mental institution. So Billy was left with his grandfather, who had been all catatonic, and now all of a sudden was talking about Santa being evil and punishing you, asking him if he was a naughty boy because Santa Claus punishes the ones that are naughty. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of freaked me out a little bit when I saw it as a kid, because Grandpa just came up out of nowhere, started talking about all this, and then got in Billy's head that if you were naughty, and I was a bad kid. So if this shit was true, I was kind of fucked.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Anyways, so the family heads back home, and Billy's all sitting there in his head thinking about what Grandpa said. Meanwhile, Santa Claus had held up a convenience store and shot up the guy. So again, here's Santa Claus with a gun, something you don't normally see, especially as a kid. And then later on, the family runs into him on the road because Santa Claus had car troubles. Billy said, don't, because I was thinking, yeah, what is it, the same thing? I was a naughty kid, Santa Claus is gonna punish you. And as it turns out, that's exactly what ended up happening. Not so much to Billy, because then Santa points the gun at the car and shoots at Billy's father. Billy tries to take off, and Santa pops a couple more caps into the car, making the car crash. And then he drags out Billy's mother, and Billy watches as his mother is now on the road trying to fight off Santa Claus, who is now trying to rape her. And because she was putting up such a fight, Santa Claus pulled out a knife and then slit her throat. When Billy freaks out because he sees Pamela being raped, he has a flashback to what happens. And I swore that the flashback made the throat slicing a lot more even So yeah, that scene kind of stuck with me. Just the whole thing of having Santa Claus basically shoot up your parents, try to rape your mother, you know, and the whole thing is that the beard, it never moved, so you never really got to see what the guy looked under. So it just kind of looked like Santa Claus was fucking going around killing people and trying to rape. Fun fact, so when this movie, they were trying to find directors, they had a list of names. And you know who was on the top of this list? Sam Raimi. Could you imagine what Sam would have done with Silent Night, Deadly Night? I mean, I'm talking about it what Charles did. Sam would have totally fucked me up.
Finish it.
With pleasure. Oh.
Yeah, so as I said, I got it. I understood why the parents were so upset because yes, as a child, seeing Santa Claus trying to rape and kill people, and especially when Billy freaks out, and even though he does move the beard down, but again, watch this movie, it's a total fun 80s slasher. It's like, it's gotta be up there. I mean, for Christmas and Halloween, I watch Krampus, Gremlins, and Black Christmas. And rewatching this again, I'm not gonna lie, been a hot minute, I'm putting this back on my list because, you know, it's a short movie, it's a fucking slasher. There's a sequel. I don't think the sequel is gonna end up in here, don't worry. But again, the sequel is actually pretty good.
You raised me some shit!
Shit. Get a load of this fucking guy.
So, if you have not seen this movie, make sure to check it out. Add it to your repertoire of Christmas and Halloween movies to watch on 2 different holidays. So, until next time, Merry Christmas. Oh, wait. Make sure to look out for season 4. It's going to be coming up, and I'm starting with Bad Boy Bubby. But until next time, Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Happy New Year, and ta-ta for now.
Christmas Eve is slowly fading. Can you hear her in the night? Close the door, turn out the